I just like had this epiphany after I got COVID for Christmas, and I was like, I am like exposing myself to this, and this isn't even my passion. Like, I could have died from this. I was like, I need to change my career. I need to do what I love, and here I am. So I go back to school for 3D animation and illustration. I'm double majoring at CU Denver this fall. Okay, so I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 9 years. It has been a roller coaster of emotions. Got into the ER at the height of the pandemic, so I went through a lot there. And I'll tell you about like my artistic journey. It started when I was in preschool. My dad, he came with me to preschool, and I thought that was like the coolest thing because I loved my dad. And he's like, "We're gonna draw a little duck today." So he taught the whole class how to draw a duck, and I was like, this guy is the best, like world class. And ever since then, I've been drawing. And we were in a very creative family. Like, my dad would make movies with all the little cousins and like all this stuff. So it's really funny.
Okay.
And he'd have me sing and like do all these things, just very creative. And then when I got to high school, I was like, okay, I want to go and do art stuff. Like, I'm going to art school because I always loved art. And then he's like, no, because it's he's a Venezuelan. So he's like, no, either you do medicine or law because that's what's gonna make the money, and if something were to happen, then that's what it's gonna be. And I can't pay for art school, so you have to do something. And I was like, all right, I'll do nursing. And so here I am, changing my career. 9 years later, I just like had this epiphany after I got COVID for Christmas, and I was like, I am like exposing myself to this, and this isn't even my passion. Like, I could have died from this. And so I was like, I need to change my career. I need to do what I love, and I here I am. So I go back to school for 3D animation and illustration. I'm double majoring at CU Denver this fall. So I'm just starting out. I'm very new to this.
Wow. I'm shocked. I'm shocked about the why. Like why you
Yeah,
want to start this.
yeah.
That is an
The
interesting take on how to pursue your what you love, which is like a death, close to death experience, which is COVID. It's like make you
mhm,
realize,
mhm.
is it worth it?
Well, if I can add, like I
Yeah.
actually, because this whole thing started from, I actually lost my parents like 5 years ago. They were in a car accident, and
Oh.
I was a nurse in the ICU, and I couldn't handle it anymore, obviously. And I was like, I can't do this anymore because I was on the track to become a nurse anesthetist. And I was like, that's for the money. Like, I was just gonna go and do that for the money, and I'm not gonna do it anymore. Like, life is too short. I'm gonna do what I love because that's what makes me happy. And, like, it took me a lot to get here because that was 5 years ago, and I was like in this very bad state. And, like, recently I was like, I need to do what makes me happy because what else? Like, this is life. This is like, I gotta do the best of what I got with what I got. And I know I have talent, and I'm just gonna, like, all you have to do is put your mind to it and like work your best at it because the skill is gonna come. And then I just realized it's like who you know. So,
Yes.
hmm,
Wow. Oh my
yeah, I
god.
know.
Oh
I
my
just like laid it
god.
on you, damn.
This is very real. This is very real.
Hmm.
It's it's it, it's inspiring to have you here.
Oh, thanks,
You
Sam.
it is. It is, and I think it's a great example for for young people. You
Hmm.
know, it's not that we
Yeah.
should be comparing ourselves with others, but when you
Hmm.
realize that someone has wisdom and experience and tell you, hey, this is what has happened to me. I've went with what is socially or economically right, and I've decided to go with my passion because of this tough situation. Then young people can go like, oh,
Yes, yes. And I
maybe I
think
should.
it speaks a lot. Like I have a lot of friends that are like, you're crazy, like why are you doing that? And some of them don't know my story, right? But I'm
Right.
like, dude, like you just need to do what makes you happy, because money isn't everything. And like, yeah, there's like a cap, right? Like you have to
Hmm.
make this amount of money to be happy and sustainable. But when it's past that, it doesn't even matter, like it's what makes you happy. And if you do something that you love and you're like, this is where my heart is, you're going to work every day at it.
100%.